Swadika! Welcome back to MUIC Virtual Open Days 2021. You're with us at the afternoon session. So we have been running this event since the 24th of June, which is like 2 days ago, and today is the last day. And this afternoon session will be a very interesting sessions too. Let me wrap up a bit what has been done in the morning. In the morning, we had a great discussions with many programs director in regards to communication, media, and also international affairs, as well as language, or so many things that have been touched upon. And as for now, it's afternoon session, so we get a bit relaxed, and then we have a chance to, we are going to have a chance to talk to the alumni as well. But before we started with so many things that is coming up, let's have a good preparation center. Let's have a good topic on the Preparation Center for Languages and Mathematics by Ajahn Joseph Serrani, Program Director of PC, and also Ajahn Mark Manning, faculty member of PC. I believe you are ready.
Hello.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Swadika. How are you today? How was your lunch?
Yes,
Good.
excellent.
You had a great time. Work from home.
Yes.
Working from home, yes. Trying to stay safe.
Stay safe, yeah. Okay, so could you tell us about your topic for today, the Preparation Center for Languages and Mathematics?
Yes, we're going to start with a brief slide presentation to give you an overview. So as you can see, that we consider PC a pathway to MUIC. So we like students to consider it as a way to get into MUIC, and not only that, but to also improve their skills. So what does PC provide to its students? Well, as I said, it's a clear pathway. We also provide solid foundations in English and math. Not every student takes math, but many do. We have international teachers from all over the world with native speaking English ability. We teach skills for college as well as for the real world to use not only obviously in the international university at MUIC, but also in jobs in the future and other aspects of life. Okay, we also, in our courses, in the English courses, we provide extensive reading, writing, listening, and speaking instruction. And we also encourage and require our students to practice quite a bit. So the skills definitely improve, including grammar, vocabulary, and communication, as you can see. We also focus on project-based learning. So we have term projects in all of the levels so that the students learn how to manage time, go through the different stages of a project, and complete it successfully. Of course, especially now with being online, we have increased digital literacy, but we also have that in the physical classroom. We use a lot of programs in platforms such as Google, apps for education, so Google Classroom, Google Docs, Google Slides, etc. As well as, of course, now we're using Zoom for the time being. And the term projects also help the students have more of an awareness of global issues. So they learn about important things that are going on around the world in the recent past and also things that could happen in the future. So we have two main aspects of the program: the EP, which is the English program, and then the MP, which is the math program. But you'll notice that EP also has some math classes. So some of the English program students also have some math classes. And you'll also notice that PC, the English program, has, let me turn on my pointer here, also has 4 levels: PC 1, 2, 3, and 4. So students can enter at any of those levels depending on their skills, and they can progress through the program to eventually reach MUIC. We also have quite a bit of diversity in terms of students. Of course, most of our students are from Thailand, but we've also had students from all of these listed nationalities. And of course, we commonly have students from China as well as Korea and other parts of Asia, but we've also had students from other parts of the world as well. Here's a look at our faculty. So you can see we have quite a variety. We have teachers from North America, from Europe, from from Asia, all over the place. But everyone has native speaking English ability, including the math teachers. And also back in 2019, PC was recognized by NIAS, which is a quality assurance organization from Australia, and they focus on language training centers. And we're quite proud to be the first and only language center in Thailand with the NIAS certification. So we're quite proud of that. So basically, we'd like to, encourage students whose English or math skills may not be quite at the level yet to reach MUIC directly. We'd like to invite them to, as it says, to establish strong foundations, and also to become an important part of the community, not only the MUIC community, but also the Mahidol community as a whole. And it's important to know that PC is going to help students to make friends that they can carry on throughout their MUIC experience and also in the future. So one of the main benefits of PC, in fact, that we hear from students is that they are able to meet people and make friends early in their experience, and they can keep those friends and support each other throughout their college experience. So it's quite useful and beneficial. And lastly, we'd like to encourage everyone to follow PC on social media. We do have a Facebook account, Preparation Center for Languages and Mathematics, as well as Instagram, PC MUIC Official. So please follow us on those, one or both. And that concludes the presentation.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay, here comes our host.
Yeah, thank you for your presentation. And for Ajahn Jose, would you like to discuss anything about the program?
Well, yeah, Mark covered all the important aspects, but we can go into a little bit more detail.
Yeah.
So a lot of students want to go directly to MUIC, but without the English proficiency scores to do so, then PC is a great option for that. As Mark mentioned, we cover a lot of different skills. It's not just a language program. We're teaching students how to do a lot more than that. So there are the digital skills, of course, which are very important, especially now that we're online all the time. But also the projects are very important. It's important to understand how to organize and schedule and complete a project, because there's a lot of projects that you do when you get to MUIC. So through the project-based learning approach, starting in week 1 and then carrying on throughout our term, There are various steps to these projects. They can include research, getting advice from a teacher, an advisor, drafting, whether it's a presentation or whether it's a video that you make or a paper that you write. There's various steps along the way. You'll get feedback from your advisor along the way. And then at the end of the term, you'll have a final product that you can be proud of. And this process is very important because there'll be a lot of projects and papers and things that you need to do, whatever major that you're going to study in. Another important aspect is, yes, we're teaching English and students are learning English, but it's the soft skills, the communication skills that are really valuable these days, and when you get into the job market as well. So presentation skills, discussion skills, how to engage with your colleagues when you get into the work world. So we do a lot of group-based work and group projects. We have group discussions as well. So all of these kinds of soft skills and collaboration skills can be really valuable at MUIC, but also when you get into your future career.
Okay, so PC is something like a preparation, a groom to get students be able to cope up with the new environment also, right? So it's about environment. It's also understanding the patterns and the structure of the university itself. And I have a question. A lot of people would love to get directly into MUIC, but for some students, it's the image. It's the point of view that people might think PC students are not great students. That's why you have to be in PC. Can you just share or point out no, is it like that or is it not like that? In another perspective of yours, what's your suggestions? What's your idea?
Well, all the students that are accepted to PC, you have to apply and interview to come to PC as well. So all the students that we accept, we believe will be successful students at MUIC. They just don't have the English or math scores yet. So we're confident. We check every student's documentation and all the information that they provide to us. And after the interview, we interview every candidate. We decide whether to accept students or not. So once a student is accepted to PC, we're confident that they can be successful. So students who are accepted to PC should be confident that they are a capable student as well. It's just that they're missing some of those English language skills or math skills.
Yeah, and I'd like to add that even students who have studied abroad, for example, or studied at international schools, sometimes end up at PC. And that's okay because students have different experiences when they study. So, for example, someone who studies abroad may go in 11th or 12th grade to the United States, for example, and then they're not really focusing on grammar so much in high school there. So they come back to Thailand and they have really good speaking skills, but their writing skills are not quite strong enough, and they have grammar issues and some other things that need to be worked out. So it's not that the students are bad students or by any means. It just means that they have to improve certain aspects of their skills, whether it's speaking, whether it's writing, whether it's reading, or all of the above. It just depends on their experience. And like John Joe said, it's not just academics. It really is study skills and just being mature, learning how to act like an adult. A lot of these students come directly out of high school, and so that it's a totally different environment, and they need to learn how to adapt to this type of environment, this university style environment. And I think PC is really beneficial for that.
I put myself, as an example. Would you like to go first?
Oh yeah, just one quick thing. So the PC classrooms are inside the original MUIC building. So we are integrated in the same physical environment too. So students will mix with the MUIC students as well. And I think that's a positive experience for everyone.
I graduated from international school and I decided to join MUIC. And it's my choice. I have chosen to be in PC first.
Oh, really?
Because I graduated from grade 10. And I was thinking like I need some more time to understand about like what is it like, because if we're international students, we might be good in language, but we might be weak in grammar, and in terms of mathematics, we are like, however, we're not so strong. So we just wanted to know what are we facing in the MUIC itself. So PC is a thing that will leverage and tells us about what are we going to face. And can you tell me about mathematics? What's the courses like? And then apart from, fixing the things that might not be well equipped in terms of mathematics, if you come to PC, what's the structure of mathematics courses out there?
Well, there are two options here. So in the main English language program, the EP, that's where most students at PC are. If you don't meet the minimum standards for math to enter MUIC, you can take elementary math, and that will get you up to the MUIC standard. You can also choose then, if you want, to take foundation math, which is required at MUIC. So that's up to you. But if you don't meet the minimum standard, then you do take elementary math. But it's nice to have the option to get a math credit out of the way. So that's an advantage that PC has. Otherwise, if your English language proficiency is already at the standard, then we have the MP program, which is only math. So, and that we started that several years ago. It didn't exist 10 or so years ago. And so that's only for students who, they have the English, but they don't have the math. So they just study math. But I think it's good that you point out, like, the preparation that we do it also addresses what you were concerned about as well, like being ready for college studies, more so than just the language and math skills. So the preparation center courses are intensive. So in 10-week quarters, you have around 20 or more hours of class per week. So it's a very intensive schedule. And I think that's really good for students. If they can make it through, then they'll definitely be ready for their studies at the university.
And we also get good feedback from the teachers at MUIC about our students who go on to the college, and how they tend to be better prepared. They know how to take notes. They know how to listen to lectures. They know how to have group discussions. They know how to write a proper academic essay. So they're already ahead of most of the direct entry. Well, some of the direct entry MUIC students, depending on the background. So that's another benefit.
All right. Because in PC, you're study the intensive course of like, you're going to have English and mathematics. And if you're well prepared, then you get into the main MUIC with different EC courses, right? Because you're going to have an EC1. Do you still have EC1, 2, and 3? Like I used to have in my time, right? You're going to have a presentation skill and everything. So in PC, you're going to be a mixing of everything in there, right?
Basically,
yes. What's the challenges in there in terms of English courses teaching in PC?
In the first, they have 4 levels. In the first 2 levels, it's more of a general English focus with listening, speaking, writing, and reading courses, but also term projects. And then when it moves up to the PC 3 and 4 levels, it gets a little bit more of an academic English focus. And so we have a course called Integrated Skills, which takes over for listening and speaking, where we also incorporate some reading and some writing. And then we have a dedicated writing class and a dedicated academic reading class. So would you like have anything to add to that, Joe?
Yeah, that's right. So the EC 1, 2, and 3 are more focused, as you mentioned. They're focused on specific either writing skills or public speaking skills. But at PC, we cover all the language at every level. And as Mark said, as you progress through the levels, it becomes more and more academic and more university language focused.
And even if some levels have proper presentations, formal presentations for grades, some don't. But even when we don't, we still usually have practice presentations and so forth. We also have group discussions where students have to sit in a small group and discuss some type of controversial issue after doing some research. And it's really a well-rounded program to prepare students for any type of university setting.
Mm-hmm. What's the class size for each of the PC classes?
Class size is usually around 20 students. So pretty small classes. I think for a lot of students that come to PC, they may have come from that similar class size, but many of them come from much larger class sizes, maybe 30 or 40 students. So at PC, it's around 20 students. It varies, but normally around 20, sometimes smaller.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we got a feedback, from people watching us at the moment. It's a real experience from our alumni. He mentioned that it's a good thing to study PC because you get a chance to meet, their friends before they are, separating into different departments, separating into different programs. So it's a pool of great friends that you get to know, a diverse characteristics of friends. So it's a mix of everything together. And you know what you're actually getting to. Because some people might, for example, some people are looking forward to get into the business. But once they met their friends in PC, they have a guidance, they have people they can talk to. So lately, they knew that they're suitable for something else, right? Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
so
I think that's one of the.
Mm-hmm.
That's some of the feedback that we get from our former students.
Sure.
They come up to us later on when they're already in the college, and that's one of the main benefits that they give. Honestly, is that, and they're always with their PC friends. I'll see them 2 or 3 years later, and they're with the same group of friends that they had in PC. Sometimes they'll meet people the first term at PC and carry through, and they really do stay with those people. I still see posts from former students who are still friends 10 years after finishing PC. We've had people get married who met in PC.
Wow.
So it's not just the academic advantages; it's the social advantages too, for sure. So hopefully we'll be able to get back on campus at some point soon.
Yeah.
Let me share to you now. There are people watching us, like 181 people. And I believe, that's why more comments are coming and then more feedbacks are coming. Would you like to share something else in regards to the life in PC? Anything they have to get themselves prepared before joining PC? Any background? To be selected either in PC1, PC2, PC3, PC4, because each of the PC levels requires different backgrounds, right?
Yeah, so we take a real close look at students' English language abilities. So in the interview, we're obviously checking their speaking and listening ability directly. We also take a real close look at their essay. They have to submit an entrance essay, and they may also have a TOEFL or IELTS score or some other score. And then we also have a look at their high school transcripts. So based on all these factors, then we try to place students appropriately as possible, whether it's 1, 2, 3, or 4 at PC. And I think we do a good job of that, because if we place students too high, then we're setting them up. It's too much of a challenge and they may fail. And we don't want that to happen. So we take that very seriously, and we want all of our students to succeed. So we place them as carefully as possible.
Mm-hmm. And you can see the rate of success, right, after PC4. But some of the students from PC3 went directly to MUIC straight away, because in between, I was advised to take an IELTS exam. So it doesn't matter that I have to finish PC4, is that right? I can jump off anytime when I'm ready.
Yeah, that's right. So
how does that work again in this, for now?
Well, when you're a PC student, you can continue to apply to MUIC. So once you're in PC, you're not just in PC. You can continue to apply every entry to MUIC. So some students improve their skills rapidly, and they may not need to finish PC4, and they can jump from PC3 into the college. That's definitely possible. And I know some students might want to focus on the IELTS as a way to get directly into the college. But PC is a great place for that as well. We cover all the skills that the IELTS test is going to test you on. So listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So PC is a great place to prepare for the IELTS. It's a great place to improve your English in general. And then, as I said, you can jump straight to the college at any time. So we do have a number of PC3 students who get accepted, and that's great.
And also within the levels, students can, if they have a super high average, they're able to actually skip a level. So let's say you're in PC1, you might be able to skip to 3, or if you're in PC2, you might be able to jump to PC4. We had, in fact, this term, we had, I think, 3 or 4 students who jumped from PC2 straight to PC4 based on their performance and their averages and their attitudes and so forth. And another benefit I wanted to mention, when I showed the picture of all the teachers,
sure,
we have teachers from all over the world, and because PC students have an average of 3 teachers per group, so each week each group is going to have probably three teachers, and then perhaps a math teacher as well. So if you have a teacher from, like myself or Joe, from the United States, you might have a teacher from England, and you might have a teacher from Australia. You're going to have 3 different accents that you're learning from, and in different experience. So that's really going to benefit students as well.
For some parents, I mean, like in terms of understanding what MUIC is actually like, and they're sending the kids to MUIC, and the parents doesn't really understand what PC is actually is. They think maybe the kids may fail, that's why you cannot enter. Can you wrap up and give simple sentences to explain what PC is actually like to the parents who are watching now?
Simple sentences. So PC will prepare your child to enter MUIC. They will be better prepared than going through any other route. So that's why we call it the preparation center. So PC will help your child to improve their English and math and all the other skills that we have mentioned, so that they are successful once they enter MUIC.
Study skills, responsibility, maturity, all of these things that we've been mentioning. Time management.
Time management as well. And the calendar of MUIC and PC itself, are they like parallel, or it's also about time management like you mentioned. So they'll be learning how to structure themselves to get themselves prepared for the time. Like how many hours do they have to study in PC again?
It depends on the level and whether you take math, but about 20 hours per week.
A range from 20 or
20 hours up to 24 hours per week of class. And then PC has 4 quarters per year, 4 10-week quarters, starting in January. So students can join PC 4 different times during the year, and they can also enter into MUIC, because MUIC has 4 entries per year as well. So we PC is aligned with the entry periods of MUIC. Yes.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, the terms aren't the same length. PC has shorter terms, but we are lined up so that when students finish PC4, they're able to then go on to start MUIC not long after.
All right. Okay. So from this open house, we are also having the virtual exhibition. So you also have PC booths in the virtual exhibitions also, right?
Yeah, we have a brochure available there. You're able to chat with we have a PC teacher standing by, as well as some of the Thai staff standing by for chat. And you're also able to make, attendees are able to make an appointment to do, I think it's called business matching. And you can do a video chat with one of the PC teachers or staff.
Okay, so it's one-on-one chat to discuss about what PC is actually like. Okay, so would you like to end up with any wrap up or anything before we end it because we got 1 minute left?
Well,
a welcome speech, like, hey, welcome.
Well, welcome to PC. We welcome all qualified students, and we are the pathway to MUIC and your success there. So that's the main message, that PC is your pathway into MUIC.
And if you haven't visited the booth yet in the ZIP event interface, then please check out PC and at least go watch the video that we have set up there and check out the brochure, and then maybe do some chat with a teacher or staff member.
Okay, and I can say I'm proud to be a PC student. You know, you have grown me and my friends and everyone, you know, and we have studied, we have graduated, and we are now like entrepreneurs. So thank you to you. You know, your teaching was great. Okay, thank you so much for your talk for today. It's a preparation center for language and mathematics by Ajahn Joseph, Program Director of PC, and Ajahn Mark Manning, faculty member of PC. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you, Kat.
Thank you, Monica.
Okay, thank you, Monica. Good luck, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Please take care. And that was it. You know, after for a while, for some people who have very little knowledge about what PC is actually like, when you think about getting into MUIC, you just thought like, okay, I just have an exam and then get into MUIC straight away. But what about if you would like to have a preparation sessions before you are ready to get into MUIC? And now it's the time to watch something so special. You have listened to many programs, you have talked to many teachers, you have heard about so many things. And now it's a time for me to take you all, everybody around, to the tour called MUIC Exclusive Tour. It's a video of about like 13 to 15 minutes. If you would like to see how is it like to be in MUIC, what are the courses available, I think it's now the time to watch. Let's go.
Không chứ nào màฝากด้วย
เฮ้ยได้ที่เรียนแล้วเว้ย
เฮ้ยดีด้วยว่ะดีใจด้วยคนแรกของกลุ่มเลยนะเนี่ย
ขอบคุณมากเว้ยแล้วแกได้ที่เรียนยังวะก้อย
ยื่นพอร์ตไปแล้วแหละรอประกาศอยู่เนี่ยโคตรลุ้นเลย
แล้วไอ้บิวอะ
khôngซื้อหนมเหรอฝากด้วย
ไปด้วยเฮ้ยได้ที่เรียนแล้วเว้ย
เฮ้ยดีด้วยว่ะดีใจด้วยคนแรกของกลุ่มเลยนะเนี่ย
ขอบคุณมากเว้ยแล้วแกได้ที่เรียนยังวะก้อย
ยื่นพอร์ตไปแล้วแหละรอประกาศอยู่เนี่ยโคตรลุ้นเลย
แล้วไอ้บิวอะมันจะเข้าที่ไหนวะ
นั่นดิไอ้บิวเงียบเลยบิวทำอะไรอยู่วะสองสาวเหรอ
โอ้ยก็เล่นไปเรื่อยแหละ
นี่ไอ้บิวมันได้ที่เรียนแล้วนะเว้ย
จริงดิเฮ้ยวินดีใจด้วยนะเว้ยขอบคุณมากเว้ย
บิวแล้วแกคิดเรื่องมหาลัยยังจะจบม.6 แล้วนะเว้ย
ไม่รู้จะเข้าที่ไหนนี่หว่าคุณมีให้ถึงหรือเปล่าก้อยรู้จักพี่คนนี้ปะ
คนไหนวะจำได้ดิพี่อุ้มไงทำไมชอบเหรอ
เรียนที่ไหนวะ
มหิดลอินเตอร์ไงแกก็อยากเรียนอินเตอร์ไม่ใช่เหรอมาเดี๋ยวหาให้ดูนี่
Are we interested in an international university? Right then, you'll come to the right place. Today, I'm going to be your tour guide. Are we ready for an exclusive tour? If so, follow me. Mahidol University International College, also known as Mahidol Inter or MUIC. MUIC is the very first place to offer an international program in Thailand. It has been an honorable 35 years of expertising in the field. Therefore, we are well prepared in terms of the academic syllabi, the professors, and the facilities which will help support you throughout your university experience. Now then, let's go and have a look how ready we are. พร้อมไหมครับน้องๆ ไปกัน
Facilities available for you consist of co-working space where you can really choose to study online with a good community, and here we go, the library. We also know the books which is provided with a history of knowledge for you to study beyond classroom. Thirdly, the modern building in the pleasant atmosphere. The classrooms are various in size according to the suitability of each class. Another advantage of studying at MUIC is that the majority of the classes are conducted in small size, which not only enhance the focus in class, but also allow you to interact with professors.
You don't have to worry about this difference here because there are approximately 3,500 students, 15% of which are exchange students. They're both short-term and full-time exchange students. Not to mention that we super encourage brother and sisterhood, senior and junior bonding. There are many activities that you can participate in, and the seniors here are more than welcome to have you on board. Here are more than welcome to have you on board. Apart from studying at MUIC, the opportunities to study abroad is absolutely limitless, with over 120 MUIC partner universities waiting for you to apply. Please note, to check the university requirements of the academic year and plan to go. You can rely on us, because the education at MUIC is guaranteed by a worldwide organization, which ultimately make MUIC recognizable on an international standard. Why choose one when you can design your future at MUIC? At the moment, the MUIC teaching approach provides a liberal education where you can study subjects outside of your field to find your true self and the right career path. Or if you already know what you're looking for, we offer an high-design selective program where you can study subjects unrelated to your field, which will help you enhance your skill set and help you future plan. For example, if you're passionate in designing, you study CBT. Couple that with marketing, and you can enhance your product potential.
Have you asked yourself, what do you like? Do you have any career in your mind? Don't worry, we will help you out. MUIC is offering 17 different courses in curriculum, comprehending science, arts, languages, and management. Let's start with the science class. Science lecturer consists of the highest number of majors that are recognized. There are 6 majors in total. Applied mathematics, the studies of advanced math, useful in specialized calculation. Next up, the 3 sciences, physics, chemistry, and the most popular major of science, biological science. Biological science offer various pathways, including doctor, researcher, professional scientists, both in Thailand and internationally. Furthermore, we also offer new science that's never offered in high school, such as food science. Food that we are having in daily life is usually through scientific processes. In order to make sure of their quality, it is where food science come in handy. To extend, students who study this course will benefit in the food business as well. So don't miss it.
And the last major of science is computer science, the study of software, data analytical, AI, and programming. Or if you are interested in engineering, the MUIC engineering program is the best fit for you. You'll learn about advanced technology and hardware. And the special thing about this course is that it is the only course that directly cooperates with the MU program. If the sciences is not for you, that's fine. Let's explore another division that always comes to mind when we think of MUIC, BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration. This is 4 divisions. Firstly, business economics, the study of demand and supply. Secondly, finance. This is for those that are interested in accounting and, of course, money. Next one, international business, for those that are interested in export and import. And lastly, marketing. This is of crucial importance in every single organization. In order for a business to be successful, your marketing must be on point. Well, there's more to offer. If you are interested in the management of tourism business,
and that was a video. So apologize for little technical problems. I think we all have to go and visit the YouTube or our MUIC official fan page to watch the full video. At least we can say that was a trailer. So, and I think it's now the time for us to hear more about each of the programs from our alumni. So if you miss any part of the video, doesn't matter, because you have a chance to watch, the alumni speaking and then what the ideas are all about, their lives in MUIC during the past 4 years and everything. So it's now the time, and I would love to welcome our students and alumni from MUIC. Let's welcome the first one. สวัสดีค่ะ Let's welcome คุณ Milana Mankova. Next is คุณ Thitisan Goodburn. And third, Pajera Patanasiri ค่ะ สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ So how are you today?
Good.
So you should say good. Okay. So who are the current student and who are the alumni?
I'm the current student.
Yep, also current student.
So I'm the alumni here.
Oh, may I know your IDs a bit? Like your ID, what's your ID?
Mine is 6380483.
I'm
and I'm
608.
MediaCom.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm 608 and I'm from computer engineering. Yep.
Mine is 52. So now it's 64, right? So it's 12 years ago. Yeah, so 52.
Okay, wait. Do you want to know mine?
What is your ID?
498.
Oh, okay. I feel young now.
Okay, so nobody is as antique as me. Okay, so I'm the most antique among you guys. Okay, let me talk to you a bit about like the life in MUIC. But first, let's get started with your introduction. Let's go with Milana. Please give yourself introduction.
Hello, my name is Milana Mankova, but I usually go by Lana, and I'm Russian, and I am in MediaCom in MUIC, yeah, I don't know. I'm 19 years old, and I've lived in Thailand for 7 years now.
Wow. Are you Thai? Or you just
No,
come here to study?
I came here to study at school first, and then when I graduated, I went to MUIC. I just live here. I'm not Thai.
Okay. And what about you, Kim?
Hi, I'm Kim Goodburn. I'm in my 4th year of MUIC, nearly graduating, and I'm doing computer engineering. Yeah, and I'm half Thai, half English, and I've lived in Thailand all my life. Yeah.
What about Kun Pajera คะ
I'm Pajera Patanasiri, or you can call me Fino. So again, my ID was 5'2". The major back then was social science, and I think now it's changed to IRGA, right? International Relations and Global Affairs, right? And currently,
so you're John Williams J. Jones student?
Yes, like long time ago. Yeah, and now I'm a lecturer at Bangkok University, a chairperson in communication arts. Yeah.
Oh, really cool. The first question you definitely know that I'll be asking is, why did you choose to join MUIC at the first place? Kun Pajera, can you start with that first?
Okay, so first, I think because of the reputation, right? So when we think about international college or international program in Thailand, we usually think of Mahidol for the first choice, right? And I think, yeah, so because of the reputation. But when I joined, it's not only the reputation, okay, because of, we have the academic standard and everything. But more important than that is the ajans, the lecturers, they are all friendly, approachable, okay? Especially in my major, we have like so many non-Thai lecturers as well. So we can share like multicultural. And another thing is the connection, right? So I've got friends from like many countries and also the different industries, right? So with this one, we might not think about this when we are studying, but when we work, right? For example, nowadays I'm working, I still use this kind of connection because we need to connect to people from different industries. And I think another thing, how long do I have? Okay, another thing might be like
plenty of time.
Okay, another thing might be the activities as well, because back then when I was studying here, I was known as the activity guy, so I did activities a lot. I formed the club, Thai music club, stage play, and so on. And MUIC really support me on that one. Okay, and also the what is the name of the division? The student affairs, right? So they help me a lot with the activities.
Really great. What about you, Milana?
Well, for me, it was definitely at first the rating as well, the reputation of the university, because my guidance counselor in high school told me about MUIC, and I did my own research and found out that it is one of the top, maybe I think it's first place for international program in Thailand. So I really wanted to go there specifically. But I've also heard a lot of good things from some of my peers in Phuket, which is where I'm from. And but the funny thing is that what really made me want to go to MUIC was that I found out one of my favorite musicians actually graduated from the musical college in MUIC. And I thought, wow, Pum Mifurit. Do you know?
I know. I've been listening to his songs too.
Yeah.
He's a pride of our college.
Yeah, and I thought he said a lot of good things about it, so I can trust that. So I decided that I should try applying. And of course, I also went to check it out myself physically, the college, the campus, and I've spoken to some professors, and everyone was really nice. It was very international. Like I could tell that it was quality. So I got really excited, and I applied the same day. So yeah, that's pretty much.
Yeah, and going with him. What about you?
So basically, after finishing high school, I was looking for a university to go to, and I was thinking of going abroad. But then there was also options of me staying in Bangkok or in Thailand, and there were only a few, which are the top universities. So, for example, Thammasat, Chulalongkorn, and also Mahidol. But then when I knew what I wanted to do, which was computer engineering, then I had the problem of not really finding an international program to go to. In the end, there was only 2 universities which offered an international program for computer engineering, which was Mahidol and SIIT in Thammasat. So I looked at both programs, and then I looked at the community and all the aspects of, wanting to choose a university. And then when I actually came to visit Mahidol, I also had a couple of friends from school who joined earlier than me. So they recommended it. I came in and looked at the community. Back then we had exchange students in. So that really upped the international essence of the university. And, I looked at the program, the syllabus of each class is what I'll be learning. And then it really, sparked my interest. And I think, this would be a really good university for me to go to. And then I submitted my submission, and then, I made it.
Wow, that's really great. And what are the challenges being an MUIC student for the past 4 years? What have you encountered, and then what are your development improvements?
I mean, being in an international school, they taught quite a lot of the things that we were learning in first year. So, the basics of maths, physics, and whatnot. So the first year for me was quite an introductory classes, so relatively basic. But then once we went into the second and third year, that's when everything, bumped up a notch. And everything was a lot harder. I was learning a lot of new things, and it was all very interesting. And the good thing with Mahidol is that you are not only forced to learn things within your major. You can take free electives and other subjects from other majors as well. So I took evolutionary psychology 2 terms ago, and that was really, really interesting. Highly recommend that class. And it was just very interesting for me, and to see my development from my first year to my 4th year, it's been significant. And then I can quite confidently say that I'm actually ready to go straight to a job after I graduate.
What about you, Milana? What are your challenges, and what has MUIC groomed you to be? What is it like to be in MUIC for 4 years? Is this your 4th year at the moment?
It's my first year.
First year. Okay, so your life first year, how was it? What's your improvement and challenges?
It was definitely the same in terms of it was an introductory year, I think, for me as well. MediaCom, we've done a lot of very not in-depth subjects yet in terms of the actual production and everything film related, mostly a lot of writing essays, which I do like. And definitely the program itself, very easy to understand. Like I'm feeling more and more interested in the subjects and the courses that are happening, so I'm never bored. And also I enjoy it. I don't really have any challenges except for maybe the fact that I don't really speak Thai. So even though it is not important in MUIC since everything's in English, all the classes and everything, but more like the social life part of it, and sometimes being on campus when we got to be on campus this first year for a while. I'm learning Thai at the moment, but it was a bit of a challenge for me, but I have improved actually over the last 3 terms. I've been learning from my peers, my classmates. But all in all, I would like to say that this was definitely a great first year, even though it was mostly online, unfortunately. The professor still made it very interesting and understandable. Yeah.
Wow, great. What about Kun Pajera?
So for me, first, math is not my strong point. So that,
Were you entered into MUIC,
yes.
And then what's your major again?
Social science, so it's ERGA now.
Social science. Okay, so once you enter into MUIC, so mathematics was not your thing?
No,
and
not
how
at
was
all.
it? What's the next step of that?
I kept until third year to study math. But the good thing is that I got like the good lecturer to help me, and also my friends as well. So my friends helped me a lot with math, and I passed math with like B plus, which is good already for me because I thought it's gonna be like 3 Fs, 3 trimesters like that. Okay, so that's gonna be like the first obstacle. Another thing that I think.
Are you scaring Milana? Are you scaring Milana? She's still in the first year.
So you need to study math. No.
Okay, please continue.
Okay, another thing that I've got improved a lot, I need to thank to the, I'm not sure what do you guys call nowadays, the EC courses, English course, is it still easy?
It's still easy.
Are you asking me? Are you asking me?
Asking the current students.
Yeah.
So the English courses, especially the EC3, which is public speaking, and I think it's now still public speaking, right? Because at first I was scared speaking in front of the public, and that course helped me a lot. And another thing is that when I studied abroad, like when I studied like the post graduation, right? So for that one, EC also helped me a lot with the academic writing. Mm-hmm.
So what's your further studies all about? How does MUIC helps you through your pathway of a career and also the further study?
So for my postgrad it's a long time ago again, I can't forget. It's global media. Okay. It's about global media and post-national communications in England. Yes, so EC helped me a lot with as I told you, the writing, the speaking, and because in my major we discussed a lot, so we had like many discussions, and that's also approach that we did in the UK as well for the academic. Mm-hmm.
Oh wow! And for Kim, let me ask you about, this is your 4th year, am I right? And
Yes.
You have a plan to get into some further study, and you plan to work. So what has MUIC, bring you to? Do you receive any mentor from any faculty members? What would you like to work after?
I mean, for me, I really, found my interest this last year. So I found an interest in front-end designing and programming. So that's what I did for my final thesis project, which is 90% done now. So I really want to continue in doing, front-end programming and stuff. So I've moved my intern from last year to this summer. So then now I'll be able to do my internship during the summer as well as into my next term, which will be my last term. And so I'll have an extended internship with a company. And also for the future, I'm not sure if I'm going to be 100% doing computer engineering because currently I have other jobs as well. But I always have this interest for computer engineering, and it is always a backup plan, and I can even do it part-time as a side job anyways. So I think it really opens up my opportunity on what I can and want to do in the future. Yeah.
Oh, nice. And I would love to know for Milana, okay, what is it like to have a friend and community in MUIC?
Well, so far for me, it has been great. Everyone
You started speaking Thai? Do you learn
a little bit.
Thai?
พูดไทยได้นิดหน่อยค่ะ I've been trying to learn with my friends, from my friends. But it's a great community in MUIC, I've noticed so far. Even the new kids, the freshmen, everyone is welcoming. Everyone is more international. We all think in the same way. So it is it was easy I feel like for me to fit in with the people in MUIC. I'd say there is no prejudice or judgment, even though I don't understand what's going on sometimes as a foreigner. So I think it's it's an interesting experience too, studying in an international environment where there's people from everywhere, even though nowadays there's a bit less exchange students, as I've been told, because of COVID. But it's still, there's a lot of things I've learned about different types of countries and people so far, and it's only been 3 terms. But I think it's good. A good experience.
Something really strange in 2020 and 2021 is the COVID situation. For the alumni like me and Kun Pajera might not have had this chance to be able to study in the COVID of MUIC. So let me ask Kim and let me ask Milana, how was it studying MUIC online? You still getting things along and then everything was still all right? How do you cope up with your plans, and how do the faculty members help you to structure your academic, pathway?
For me, for first year, our faculty members and Ajahns really help with the online thing. They try to find ways in which to make it more interesting, or structure the lesson with breaks in between, so that we don't slouch too long in front of a computer, so we can stand up and walk around for a bit, especially in media comm classes, which are around 4 to 5 hours long, which does help. But I still feel like I'm catching on with the program. I'm not. I don't feel left behind, even though we're doing it online, or like I'm not understanding something. I feel like I'm still getting most of the experience of the course through the screen because of the way it is taught. They structured it in a good way. Even though it was a bit more fun when in second term we got to be on campus for a while, for a month and a half, because we got to see face to face with our professors and our classmates. But I wouldn't say that it was a bad or much worse experience studying online. But at least everyone's safe, right? It didn't really affect my grades that much, so I'm okay.
Okay, great. What about you, Kim? Is it your first time studying online? Because you've been in the 4th year, and then I think for the first, second, and third was not like this.
Yes, it wasn't.
Right?
So I was
for Milana, it's her 3rd term. So you came and then COVID, right? And then for you, Kim, there's a change for the traditional education pattern and structure into the in digitized world of academic. So what are the changes and how do you cope up with these changes?
I mean, when I was on campus, everything was a lot easier. However, there was already part of our lesson being digitized. So for example, announcements, all the homeworks are all on Google Classroom or Canvas, depending on the Ajahn. So stuff like that was already digitized. So the only problem that we were going to face when we moved to digital was, how do we conduct the lesson? Which at first there were some difficulties during the transition, because it was literally after midterm where we had to stay home. So there was a little bit of confusion or, little technical problems for the first few weeks of that term. But then after that, everything was integrated extremely smoothly. Everything is crystal clear, and the benefit of having a small class size at MUIC, all the students can actually interact one-on-one with the Ajahn without, overloading them. And, you can actually ask questions. If you really don't understand anything, you can actually just send an email or message straight to the Ajahn, and they should get back to you within 1 or 2 days or even a couple of hours. And then everything's super clear. Most of the classes are also recorded, which I think is actually very, very, very beneficial. Because even when you're on campus, sometimes you drift off for 10 minutes and then you lose a complete...
Especially after the lunch.
Yeah, you miss a whole chapter and then it's completely gone. And, if your friends don't know, you don't know. So the benefit of having a recorded session is you can keep watching it over and over and over again. So if you don't understand it, you can watch it 10 times. If you understand it, you can just skip. It's also, I feel like it also gives you an option, some students might not, participate so much in class, but this gives them the option, I actually have that information ready to use whenever, the exam's coming up. So I can just, watch the videos again and actually prepare myself. So maybe some of the students are actually more prepared on the online than when they were on campus. So you actually have to put more effort on campus. So, it just depends on everybody's different point of view, but that's my point of view. And I think the MUIC online experience is actually really good compared to what it might sound.
Are they like user friendly, and then you get all the materials well, everything comes on time, and the submissions are not complicated? Is that right?
Yes. Usually if it's on Google Classroom, everything's really straightforward. All the materials uploaded. So the, syllabus, the lectures, all the slides, all the homework files, and some Ajahn, have quizzes on our Google Classroom or Canvas. So that really makes everything easy. Everything's on one place. And, you just have to use Zoom or Cisco WebEx to conduct the lesson. And, a lot of Ajahns actually conduct their lessons on like a tablet as well. So he can actually be writing and sharing their screen and interacting with you and writing down the notes. And then he shares those notes to you, which you can then view later on. And it's really clear for me. And, it's really easy to catch up if you're lagging behind a bit. And everything's, very integrated and works very well and streamlined.
Really great. Okay, Kun Pajera, we don't have that in our times, but then how does this COVID, because you're a lecturer at the moment, and in our time, it was like a traditional, how do you merge and how do you adapt things from what MUIC has been, teaching you, and then you blend things together, and then you deliver it to your students too? How does that go transport?
Yes, when I study in MUIC, so as I told you that we have many discussions, right, and more like the project-based courses, which that one I can apply with a new way of learning, blended learning, so we can focus more on the project instead of just lectures. Because if you watch lectures for like 3 hours, you're gonna be dead, right? So we need to change the way to construct the class, okay? And another thing is, again, back to EC. So those help me as well, because I need to plan like how to communicate with the students in the different ways, right? Because if we use just the traditional way to teach the lectures, and traditional way that lecturers always speak like everyone, good morning today for like 3 hours, right? So we need to change things very much as well. Yeah.
Okay, we have a few minutes left, but then I will not miss this question. What's your kind of a recognizable advantage of being an MUIC student? What you can never forget about being an MUIC student, Kun Pajera?
Oh, me first?
Yes.
Okay.
What do you want to ask me? It's too long.
Yeah, maybe can you start first?
For me, I remember Tingjo. Were you there too?
Yeah. So, Tingjo is still there, right?
Yes. I remember so many things without the new building. I remember all the good-looking teachers that they still look the same until now, and I look even older. All the courses, since day one that I've entered, the first day that I come with the uniforms, and then the skirts are like shorter and longer. It depends, So many things are out there within the community, good food, good restaurant, good friends, and good influence, so many things. And what's your kind of memories?
Yes, but for my memory, because, back then we didn't have that new building, right? So what I can still remember is the study area. I'm not sure it's still there or not. Yeah, but I think for the new building, you have the, what do you call, co-working space or something? Co-learning, co-working, something, yeah. So I think that's going to be better. And even for my friends, group of my friends, because we usually hang out in the study area. So we call our group study area group, right? So yeah, so that's the memorable part. And also the Ajahns, right? Because normally if you study in different universities, okay, we might not get like that family-like, relationship. But in especially in my major, okay, we always call our Ajahns P, right? So, for example, PJ, P Som, right? So it's different from the other universities that we need to call Ajahn something, right? So I feel that it's more like the family. And of course, Jingzhou, if it's still there, so it's the signature for
I believe
MUIC.
that would be ID 1 something, right?
Yeah.
my senior too. Right.
Yes. And the most memorable memories for me is the friends, because we still hang out until nowadays. And I also have appointment like after this to hang out with my friends from MUIC. So we still keep in touch.
Really great. And get back to a bit about facilities. You have been, Kun Pajera just now was mentioned about the study area and everything. How did you utilize all those resources? Let me start it with Milana.
Speaking about the co-working space, it was a very yeah, it was it is very useful, the area that were allowed to use even during online class. It was a good opportunity to get together with our classmates whom we only saw on the screen, well, for first years like me, so we could work on projects together instead of just over line call. We could use aircon and the Wi-Fi and the computers, so everyone could have the same equipment for like group projects and everything like that. I went almost every day for all of my classes while we were allowed to, during the first term and beginning of second term, for online school. And then when we were allowed to go on campus, I would I utilized all the facilities that were available to me. The computers, the free Wi-Fi everywhere on campus, to watch extra stuff. And I would finish all of my homework immediately after class, so I wouldn't have to sit in my room with no aircon because mine was broken. In terms of facilities, I would like to add that MUIC is very much advanced out of all the universities that I've been to when I was searching for one last year. And it's very modern, and also at the same time has lots of greenery. So it's a good mix, very eco-friendly, and a good environment for studying, I'd say.
I think that would be applying the same to Kim, right? And
Yeah.
I think you might enjoy more advantage as a computer engineering students.
Yeah, because for my major, we actually get to go to our lessons and have classes in the engineering faculty building as well. So we were
so you
able
get a chance to link with some other departments too.
Yes. So most of our classes in our second, third, and fourth year are all in the red building. So, it's a little bit further away from the MUIC building, but, it's meeting new people, seeing the new faculty, and having, maybe some people might say high-tech equipment as well.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, it was, a very good experience. And actually, I want to add one of the memories that actually will always stick with me is Lap Nong. I think that was definitely one of the best experiences I've had. Unluckily, though, Milana might not have fully experienced the whole Rapnong experience. But yeah, it's everything must be online, right?
I actually was
Rapnong online.
We had half online, half offline, because I was.
How does that work with Rapnong online?
I don't. It was because I was
really?
second entry. I was second entry, so COVID was kind of having a pause moment at that time.
Rapnong by COVID.
Yeah, exactly.
By so many new things, like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's true. But the way we did it online is we had activities. We would get together with our Rabnong seniors on Zoom, by Zoom call, and we would do all the games and the introductions and everything online. But we did get to have a few sessions and dinners offline because COVID restrictions were kind of getting a bit better back in February until next term where we had to go back online, which I guess I'm a little bit lucky considering that I've heard some Ramnong stories, which maybe I wouldn't want to get involved with, like losing in games, everything being scored by your seniors. But for me, it was fun, like online and offline. It was really fun. It's a good experience. I felt welcomed.
Yeah, really great. And last but not the least, I would love to ask each of you to tell the upcoming students, I mean like potential students of MUIC, anything you would like to tell them. Can I start with Kun Pajera, please?
Yes, so first, welcome everyone to MUIC. As I told everyone already, MUIC is not just the college or the university, because we are like the family, and with the Ramnong as well, because for the Ramnong, I was P group before, okay? And I still keep, contact with my non-groups or the non-groups and non-groups of non-groups, okay? So it's like the family there, right? And for the academic level, academic standard, you will reach that standard, okay? So that's it's a very high standard, but it's a good opportunity for you to improve yourself. So again, welcome to MUIC.
Okay, and what about for Kim? What would like to say for your upcoming juniors, because they're thinking of joining MUIC, and now, do you know that for now there are like 280 viewers for now watching
Really?
us live. Yeah.
I asked my friend, it was 160 earlier.
No. We are increasing, dramatically. And some portions are students and some portions are parents. What would you like to say to them?
I mean, for certain international students, this might be the perception of, Thai education not being as, as good as going abroad. But actually, I would disagree. Yeah, that was also my perception before coming here. And then after, being in my fourth year now, actually, everything is actually extremely high standard and it's really, really an international level. And I mean, I would like to welcome, new students to MUIC. It is a very, very sociable place to be. The atmosphere of the campus is extremely nice. The lecturers and ajahns are also extremely friendly. And I think you will have an amazing 4 years here if you do decide to come to MUIC, and it would be one of the best decisions you'll ever make in your life. I'm sure it will be. Yeah.
Wow, fantastic. For you, Milana, you you come here to study, and you have so many things to say, maybe to your friends who might be looking forward to come to Thailand to study as well, or maybe any potential students. Anything you would like to say to them about MUIC?
Well, I myself am kind of new, just fresh, joined in to the community. But I already have a lot of my friends and juniors from my high school in Phuket applying to MUIC already, or who have already applied. And I just wanted to say that it is a great experience. Not be afraid to be ready to have fun and to study, but do not relax. It is not a walk in the park, even though it is enjoyable as a walk in the park. And if anyone wants any help, any new students can find me somewhere on campus, and I will tell you everything I know, even though I don't know a lot. And the community in MUIC is very welcoming and supportive. Do not be afraid to ask questions. That's what I would like to tell anyone as a little bit of advice. Yeah, and that's it. Welcome. Come join us.
One quick last question. You just give one word. What's your favorite subject?
That's a hard question. So far, I would say my favorite subject was Man and Arts, Media Comm. ICMC 108.
You're telling me the code? Oh,
I'm trying to remember.
And what about you, Kun Pajera? What's your favorite subject?
Not math for sure. So
Maybe math because it's a thing that you can
Oh
never
yeah,
forget.
math. Yeah, so I can improve myself, of course.
Because you get B plus, is that right?
Oh yeah, yes. Eventually B plus. But for mine, it's gonna be EC3 because I love public speaking, and I think my lecturer is retired already. Ajahn Charles Windish. Do you know him?
I think I have been studying with him too. And what about you, Kim?
Well, I'll throw in a curveball. It's actually evolutionary psychology because it was something different from what I was originally given, So it was a psychology major, science major class, which I took as a free elective. So that was something completely new, extremely interesting, and I enjoyed it with Ajahn Douglas. Yeah.
Wow.
So.
And that was it for our talk for today that we have heard about our students and our alumni. Thank you so much for your time, Milana. Thank you so much for your time, Kim. Thank you so much to you, Kun Pajera Naka. And I hope to see you anytime soon, okay? It was such a great opportunity. Thanks for jumping into this conversation and thanks to all the audience too. So before I just open up a new clip of MUIC exploring the tour, of MUIC exclusive tour that was open just now, and then I just want to end it up with that video once again. Let me say goodbye to our audience together with our alumni. What do you think? Yeah, should we say goodbye and thank you to all together?
Sure.
Okay. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much to all the audience, and let's go and have a look at our MUIC exclusive tour video. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
And that was it. And if you're ready for the MUIC exclusive video tour, please go ahead.
Khôngซื้อขนมเหรอฝากด้วย
ไปด้วยเฮ้ยได้ที่เรียนแล้วเว้ย
เฮ้ยจริงด้วยว่ะดีใจด้วยคนแรกของกลุ่มเลยนะเนี่ย
ขอบคุณมากเว้ยแล้วแกได้ที่เรียนยังวะก้อย
ยื่นพอร์ตไปแล้วแหละรอประกาศอยู่เนี่ยโคตรลุ้นเลย
แล้วไอ้บิวอ่ะมันจะเข้าที่ไหนวะ
นั่นดิไอ้บิวเงียบเลยบิวทำอะไรอยู่วะส่องสาวเหรอ
โอ้ยเล่นไปเรื่อยแหละ
นี่ไอ้บิวได้ที่เรียนแล้วนะเว้ย
เฮ้ยบิวดีใจด้วยเว้ยขอบคุณมากเว้ย
บิวแล้วแกคิดเรื่องมหาลัยยังจะจบม.6 แล้วนะเว้ย
มีอะไรทำรู้สึกก้อยรู้จักพี่คนนี้ป่ะ
คนไหนวะจำได้ดิพี่อุ้มไงทำไมชอบเหรอ
ไหนวะ
มหิดลอินเตอร์ไงแกก็อยากเรียนอินเตอร์ไม่ใช่เหรอมาเดี๋ยวหาให้ดูนี่
Hi there. Are we interested in an international university? Right then, welcome to the right place. Today, I'm going to be your tour guide. Are we ready for an exclusive tour? If so, follow me. Mahidol University International College, also known as Mahidol Inter or MUIC. MUIC is the very first place to offer an international program in Thailand. It has been an honorable 35 years of expertise in the field. Therefore, we are well prepared in terms of the academic syllabi, the professors, and the facilities which will help support you throughout your university experience. Now then, let's go and have a look how ready we are. Along, like that.
Personally, however, for you consists of co-working space, where you can fully choose to study online with a book, the meeting, album, social place,
And here we go, library. We also have a book which is provided with a treasury of knowledge for you to study beyond classroom. Thirdly, the modern building in the present atmosphere. The classroom are various in size, according to the suitability of each class, and also advantage of studying at MUIC is that the majority of the classes are conducted in small size, which not only enhance the focus in class, but also allow you to interact with professors.
You don't have to worry about making friends here because there are approximately 3,500 students, 15% of which are exchange students. They're both short-term and full-time exchange students. Not to mention that we super encourage other interests to develop senior and junior bonding. There are many activities that you can participate in, and the seniors here are more than welcome to have you on board. Apart from studying at MUIC, the opportunities to study abroad is absolutely limitless, with over 120 MUIC partner universities waiting for you to apply. Please note, the 10 university requirements of the academic year that go. For parents, you can rely on us, because the education at MUIC is guaranteed a worldwide organization, which ultimately make MUIC recognizable on the international standard. Why choose one when you can design your future at MUIC? At the moment, the MUIC teaching approach provides a liberal education where you can study subjects outside your field to find your true self and the right career path. Or if you really know what you're looking for, we offer a high design elective program where you can study subjects unrelated to your field, which will help you enhance your skill set and help you future path. For example, if you're passionate in designing, you can study CBD, couple that with marketing, and you can enhance your product potential.
Have you asked yourself what do you like? Do you have any career in your mind? Don't worry, hear it all out. At the moment, MUIC is offering 17 different programs in bachelor, engineering, science, arts, languages, and many streams. Let's start with the science course. Science major consists of the highest number of majors that are recognized. There are 6 majors in total. Applied mathematics, the studies of advanced math, useful in specialized calculation. Next up, the 3 sciences, physics, chemistry, and the more popular major of science, biological science. Biological science offers various pathways, including doctor, researcher, professional scientists, both in Thailand and internationally. Furthermore, we also offer new science that's never offered in high school, such as food science. Food that we are having in daily life is usually through scientific processes. In order to make sure of their quality, it is where food science comes in handy. To extend, students who study this course will benefit from the food business aspect. So don't miss it.
And the last major of science is computer science, the study of software, data analytical, AI, and programming. Or if you are interested in engineering, the MUIC engineering program is the best fit for you. You'll learn about advanced technology and hardware. And the special thing about this course is that it is the only course that directly cooperates with the MU program. If the sciences is not for you, that's fine. Let's explore another division that always comes to mind when we think of MUIC, BBA, Bachelor of Business Administration. This is 4 divisions. Firstly, business economics, the study of demand and supply. Secondly, finance. This is for those that are interested in accounting and, of course, money. Next one, international business, for those that are interested in export and import. And lastly, marketing. This is of crucial importance in every single organization. In order for a business to be successful, your marketing must be on point. Well, there's more to offer. If you management of tourism business, hotels, resorts, yachts, leisure restaurants, and managed tour, I recommend you to take the Travel and Service Business Entrepreneurship Division. Make the right choice here.
Hey, another option if you like languages beyond just English. Chinese, Japanese, German, French, Spanish, or linguistic and cultural studies. We offer you the cultural studies and languages. Do you like to have the upper hand? Do you like negotiating? If you want to be the ambassador, that's great. MUIC offers you in international relations and global affairs. Is it the right place for you to try out the real trial of international negotiating? You. For anyone who has a passion in designing, photography, and media design. For those who need an online communication designer, we are now a communication designer. But before we move on, if you want to apply for communication design, don't forget to prepare your portfolio. Express your creativity here.
Cut. Alternatively, if you want to be a content creator, streamer, YouTuber, or make your own production and films, or have your MBs on the international level, well, media and communication seems like the perfect choice for you. And the new major of MUIC is Creative Technology. Creative Technology is the combination of the sciences and designing arts. It is proudly presented by the 4 prestigious colleges of Mahidol, MUIC, ICT, College of Music, and the Rajasthan College. Throughout this course, computer science and communication design will be applied to each other. Therefore, you'll be more capable of IT and art design. Are you ready to apply your knowledge to the new innovation in media for the current workforce and in the future? How's it going so far? Did we get the answers we were looking for?
Let's have a look at the top.
Let's enrich the experience with fun activities, sports, traveling, and clubs. All of our clubs are held by well-welcoming senior students. Let's become more educated and more well-rounded by participating in the clubs.
However, it is much more interesting, right?
Okay, let's see how to apply to MUIC. For those who want to become an MUIC student, we have 2 choices, the fast track and the regular track. The first choice, the fast track. The fast track is for those whose scores meet our requirements. You just submit your documents and scores, then take the interview exam. That's it. Easy peasy. You'll become an MUIC student shortly after that. The second pathway, the regular track. The regular track is for those who don't have any scores or their scores don't meet the criteria. You can take the entrance exam at MUIC. When you pass both the MUIC entrance exam and the interview, then you become an MUIC student. So, what scores are you required? There's 2 things, English proficiency and mathematics. The English proficiency score is required for every major. You can submit either the IELTS or the TOEFL. For mathematics, you can either submit the SAT or the ACT score. What about portfolio? CEP is the only major that requires a portfolio in observation, drawing, and artwork. Also, MUIC has a entrance examination that is not under TCAS. We have 4 application rounds per year: April, July, October, and January. Hope to see you soon.
อะไรวะ
รู้ละว่าใช่ไหน